The final Season 5 is set to launch on December 12, 2024 as confirmed by the in-game countdown marking the deadline for the Season 4 Battle Pass. The launch date was further confirmed during a teaser at the Golden Joystick Awards, where it was also revealed that the finals will debut on the PS4 consoles on the same day. As for Season 5, you guys, we don't have all the details just yet, but we can expect more information as time goes on, particularly during the preview event on December 9th, 2024. For now though, let's focus on what we do know about Season 5, starting with the exciting Golden Joystick Awards Season 5 trailer that was shown.
What's next for the finals?
Welcome to the finals, the world's greatest game show. It's showtime!
As you can see, the trailer was an absolute blast to watch, and it's clear that its main goal is to attract new players to the game ahead of Season 5. The most eye-catching moment of the trailer comes right at the very end, where we get a glimpse of this image on the screen. There are a few key details in this picture that stand out. For example, if you look at the bottom left corner, we can spot the new sponsors for Season 5. Dyson, Isol, and Via. With these fresh new sponsors, players will have the option to choose which one to fight for, unlocking sponsor-specific rewards throughout Season 5, very similar to what we had in this season, in Season 4. However, at the top right corner, there's also a new skin that will be available in the game. When I first saw it, I immediately thought that it had to be of an Aztec or a Mayan cultural vibe. To confirm my theory, however, I decided to ask ChatGPT for its thoughts on the skin, and here's what it had to say. So guys, I basically asked ChatGPT what theme is the person in this picture going for? Okay, where could he possibly be from? Now, this picture came from the Season 5 teaser, let's say. Okay, so let's see what ChatGPT thinks. So it basically says the person in this image seems to be inspired by an Aztec or Mesoamerican warrior theme. The headdress, the turquoise colored designs, and the tribal patterns evoke traditional Aztec or Mayan cultural aesthetics. The shotgun and tactical gear, however, gives it a modernized twist, commonly seen in video games or fantasy settings. Well, this did come from a video game, right? So it's basically saying the possible origins. It's saying that the cultural inspiration, the design likely draws heavily from Central American cultures such as the Aztecs or Mayans. Okay, and then it talks about like the game could, the character could be from a video game, and then it pretty much asks me, do you want me to like find out where this came from? I knew where it came from, so I kind of just basically said that the skin you see is showing up in Season 5 of the finals. It was teased to us in a trailer. And then I basically asked, based off of the skin that you see over here, where do you think the new map in Season 5 is going to be based off? Could you give me some ideas or suggestions? And this is what it had to say. Since the skin draws heavy inspiration from Aztec or Mesoamerican culture, it could hint at a map tied to the historical or cultural backdrop. Here's where the new map in the final Season 5 could potentially be based on the skin's design. Number 1, Central America, Mesoamerica. Suggested location is Mexico or Guatemala. The reason why it suggested Mexico or Guatemala, by the way, is because Aztec and Mayan vibes are pretty much around that area, you know, which I think it's, yeah, which it says over here. This would match the Aztec or Mayan vibes of the skin. The map could feature jungle ruins, ancient temples, or bustling modern cities intertwined with historical landmarks like Chichen Esta and Ortical, I can't pronounce it. Now guys, I think that we're more likely to see jungle ruins and ancient temples. That alone screams the finals for me. You know, I've been playing the game for a year, and I don't think bustling modern cities intertwined with historical landmarks is really gonna be a part of this game. I mean, we've seen it with Las Vegas, but that's pretty much it, you know. So the theme is dense tropical forests, overgrown stone pyramids, secret underground chambers, and high altitude combat atop ruins. Dynamic events being earthquake or jungle floods. That would be really freaking cool if the devs back at Embark actually did something like this, but I highly doubt something like this would actually come into the game. right? But yeah, let's get an idea and a picture of how all this looks like. So if I just type Aztec onto Google, you'll see that this is the vibe that we're going for. Now imagine a cash out being at the very top of an Aztec temple such as this. I mean, I can totally see this being in the game. People putting their turrets up there, fighting from all types of corners, trying to defend the cash out box that's all the way up there. Why the hell not, right? And if you look here, I mean, look at the theme and the clothing. All of this is very similar to the clothing that we saw over there, you know? So we're going for a very similar look to this, you know? Imagine players going up there, fighting, all that sort of jazz. I definitely think this is going to be the theme for next season. No questions asked, guys, you know? And basically, all of this is below America, so around Brazil, Mexico. So around that region, so you can say it's like Central but Southern America kinda in a way. And yeah, it's gonna be really cool. Now let's continue. It also suggests that other locations could be Peru, so Incan inspiration, or the Amazon rainforest, okay? And while the design leans more towards Mesoamerican being this, which I'll show you guys in a second, the devs might broaden the culture scope to include other ancient civilizations like the Inca Empire. Now, the theme could be massive cliffs, treacherous mountain paths, or deep Amazon jungles. Combat could occur in sprawling temple complexes or hidden cities like Machu Picchu. Dynamic events could be landslides, sudden downpours, or fog obscuring vision. Right now, if we were to have a look at the Mesoamerican, what is all that? Well, Mesoamerican is pretty much the same thing. It has all of this Aztec Empire sort of jazz and theme going on for it, but you also have a lot of obviously statues and that sort of jazz. I think all of these sort of statues will definitely be in the game in some way, shape, or form. It's going to be really cool being able to just put a turret on top of a statue like this, and it's going to be really, really, really cool. But I definitely think it's going to be present in the game. However, ChatGPT also thinks things from the Inca Empire will also be part of the game. Now, me personally, if you were to ask me, I don't think this is going to be the case. I mean, maybe some similarities, but I don't think much of it will be here. Maybe certain areas like this where, you know, you just climb up here and you just fight there and you hide around. And this gives me genuine the final vibes, you know, something like this, you know, something like that. It's quite cool. Okay, let's continue. It also suggests that, you know, it could be in a modern urban area built around Mesoamerican history, so around like Mexico City, for example. The map could mix modern Mexican urban culture with nods to Aztec heritage, like skyscrapers towering over the ruins, creating an epic setting that merges history and futurism. So dynamic events could be collapsing buildings or massive sandstorms. We already have collapsing buildings and massive sandstorms, so good job ChatGPT on predicting basically the past. But I don't think this is going to be in the game as much as this. I definitely think it's going to be 1 or 2, something very similar to 1 and 2, basically the images I've shown you above. Okay, and then it talks about being a cultural crossover basically in Texas or Arizona, which I completely disagree with. I don't think so at all. Basically, it says it could be a blend of Mexican and US influences, creating a semi-desert map with ancient Aztec motifs. Think desert canyons, border towns, and ruined temples. I mean, we kind of have the sandstorm version of Las Vegas there, right? So I don't think this is going to be in the game. Okay, so ignore that. And a fantasy lost world, trying to create it to a real world location. The map could represent a mythical hidden city inspired by Aztec or Mayan lore. Imagine a floating island, volcanic ruins, or a time-wrapped jungle temple where ancient and modern elements collide. Now you see, I think something like this could be very possible, you know, having volcanoes, floating islands, time-wrapped jungle temples, you know, things like that. I think all of this really does scream the finals to me. Okay, you've also got dynamic events, so lava flows, time portals, or ancient traps activated during matches, that sort of jazz. All right, and then yeah, it basically says that the Aztec aesthetic strongly hints at a Central or Southern American map with jungle or temple ruins being the dominant environment. I definitely think so too. Based on the direction of the finals, the dev could also lean into mixing modern cityscapes with ancient landmarks for dynamic, destructible environments, which I definitely think is going to be the case, guys. I definitely think this is going to happen. So we can imagine seeing all of this like being in the game in season 5, guys. Like, it's going to be so hype. It's going to be really cool. You know, maybe fighting around like chambers such as this, coffins, that sort of jazz. It's gonna be really, really, really cool. I've been looking at so many different images. Like, look at all of this. This definitely screams for finals to me. Running up here, trying to get it to a cash out that's up there. All the way up here. How cool is this, guys? It's gonna be amazing. The next part of this video will dive into the speculation around the new map that could be coming into the game. If you haven't seen it yet, the band By Rodent recently wore a shirt featuring all the maps from the finals so far as part of their 2024 virtual tour. The maps listed on the shirt are Monaco, Las Vegas, Skyway, Sis Horizon, Kyoto, and Fortune, of course. However, at the very end, you see that there's the real mystery which lies at the very end of the list, basically a map that is blurred, teasing what could be the upcoming map for Season 5. If you look closely, however, you can spot the letters TRE at the end of the name. I did a bit of digging online and found that there are only 54 words in the English language that end with the word TRE, which you can see on the screen right now. Two words that caught my eye were center and theater. But I didn't stop there. I decided to ask ChatGPT for its input on the blurred map name shown on the By Rodent shirt, and here's what it came up with. So guys, welcome back. I basically asked ChatGPT what it thought about this shirt and the fact that there's a blurred TRE at the very end. I think there's a B in there somewhere. It's very hard to see. Okay, and basically I was asking, based off of this, do you know what the new map name could be, based off of the theme that was discussed over here? I butchered my grammar over here. But basically, ChatGPT was smart enough to understand what I was saying, and it pretty much said that the blurred map name ending in TRE is intriguing and could align with the Aztec Mesoamerican theme we discussed earlier. Here are a few guesses or ideas that the new map name could be based off of the cultural backdrop and the partial name clue. It basically said that it could be Tenochtitlan. Basically, it's part of the Aztec Empire, and it's actually the capital of the Aztec Empire, which would be a fitting inspiration. And then it said that it could be shortened or stylized as Tenochtitlan if you want to see it. You can go check on Google. There are so many images of this. It's really freaking cool. And basically it says that the map style could be a mix of ancient Aztec ruins and modern urban elements, symbolizing the historical importance of the city. You also have a cenote. Okay, cenote is a natural sinkhole filled with water, sacred to the Maya. So the blurred name could be Cenotre, tying the map to underground cave systems and water-based gameplay, which I think is not a bad idea at all. I don't think we've ever actually had proper water maps in this game, other than, for example, Kyoto, you have a bit of water here and there, and probably a couple of other maps that I just can't think of myself. So it says that the map is probably a lush jungle environment with caves, waterfalls, and tight combat areas, alongside probably temples, of course, guys. Then you have, holy shit, I can't even pronounce this, guys. It's like Xochimilco. Basically, it's known for its canals and floating gardens. And basically, it says that a reimagined Xochitre could include water-based combat with boats and platforms, swampy waterways, and Aztec-inspired structures. Boats and platforms, I think that this could be in the game, but I don't think it would fit the Season 5 vibe. I don't think that we're gonna randomly see boats in a Amazon rainforest looking ass type of environment. So let's scrape this out. Big X on it. You've also got like a fortress and Kalamakul. So Kalamakul is an iconic Mayan site. It can be stylized as Kalakater or similar. It emphasizes sprawling temples surrounded by dense jungle. And then the map style is open areas with tall structures for verticality and hidden paths for stealth, which kind of, would be a hotspot for lights. I think lights would absolutely love to just hide even more than they currently do. You've got Fortress. If the devs are leaning into a generic yet thematic name, it could be just Fortre, shortened for Fortress, which I really like. Fortre sounds so nice. This might reference an ancient fortified Aztec city or stronghold, defensive walls, large gates, and central temple-like structures. And this goes back to center, the TRE at the very end of the word that we saw, of the list of words that we saw earlier. So this could possibly be a thing as well. I think that this could tie into the map that we expect to see. We have Chichicuan, basically the city of gods. Another famous site could be imagined as Tetotre or similar. Its iconic pyramids are perfect for dynamic gameplay. Massive pyramid structures and narrow pathways for combat. I definitely think this and possibly this and a combination of these two is going to be in the game. So you're going to have a lush environment with caves, waterfall, tight combat areas alongside Aztec ruins, okay? And you're going to have large gates, central temple-like structures with defensive walls, and massive pyramid structures, narrow pathways for combat. I think that is the vibe of the new map, you guys. Trust me, you know. And if I'm wrong in 2 weeks' time, come here and dislike this video all you want. I want to be proven wrong. So yeah, it basically says that the final name ending with TRE could be stylized as node to Aztec Mesoamerican locations aligned with the skin's aesthetic. My best guesses would be Tenochtitlan, Cenotre, or Fortress. Which one do you think feels or vibes? I think Fortress definitely vibes with the whole concept of the finals, but let's see, you guys. You know, all of these are just currently assumptions in the game. As we approach the end of this video, let's talk about the gun that the Aztec-inspired character is holding. This is definitely a new weapon, something we've never seen before. From the look of it, it appears to be a shotgun of some sort, and if, to be honest, I had to make a guess, I'd say that it's likely to be a medium-class shotgun. Now here's my reasoning. Currently, the light class has 2 shotguns, and the heavy class also has 2 shotguns, but currently the medium only has 1 shotgun. Therefore, 1 plus 1 makes it 2. So I think definitely that next season, this shotgun that you see on the screen right now is going to be for medium. So it makes sense that they'd be getting a second one in Season 5, to be honest, which aligns with the theme of the balance in the game as well. But to dive deeper, I did ask ChatGPT for its thoughts on the gun, and it suggested that the design might be based on the Kel-Tec KSG or the Remington 870 TAC-14. However, to be honest though, I personally think that the weapon is more likely to be inspired by the Kel-Tec KSG, mainly because of its bulb pup design, which seems to fit the aesthetic of a shotgun in the trailer. And last but definitely not least, Embark hinted at adding an in-game jukebox, allowing players to play soundtracks from past seasons. I think if they do this, then we'll really be able to enjoy the game quite a bit more. It kind of reminds me of Rocket League and what Rocket League did, because they have an in-game jukebox as well, which, to be honest, has been so nice to use in the game. I think, to be honest, Season 5 is going to be a really good season. You know, the anniversary event is also going to be coming up very soon because the game did come out in December, towards the end of December, may I say. So stay on the lookout for that. And obviously, once I do get more information about all of these different things, I will be making a second video about all this. If you enjoyed the video, please drop me a sub, drop a comment, and give me a like. Let's stay in touch, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe. Have fun, y'all.